This meeting is being recorded.
Hello, and welcome to the Power of Attorney podcast. I am your host, LeTonya Moore, and today I have the pleasure of having with me Eileen Lichtenstein. Eileen is a certified anger management specialty. She's a EFT, which is Emotional Freedom Techniques. She's also certified in Emotional Freedom Techniques. She's life career coach and author of SOAR, with Resilience eBooks. She actually has several different products, so you guys are going to learn a lot from Eileen. She works with C-level executives and groups in her Long Island offices. She uses video, Skype, or she could come to you. She facilitates interactive trainings for anger control, stress management, and to boost confidence, productivity, focus, clinical thinking, creativity, and happiness. Eileen is giving away a free 20-minute consultation call. You can reach her at 516-623-4353. Her email address is eileen@balanceandpower.com. You can also find out a lot more about all the things that Eileen is doing at www.balancedandpower.com. Welcome to the podcast, Eileen.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for having me here, Ms. LeTonya.
Absolutely. So, of course, you and I have met before. I've interviewed you before, so it's always a pleasure. I'm very excited, though, about what you're going to be sharing with us today because, guys, Eileen is going to be talking about work-life integration for less stress and optimal productivity and happiness. And who couldn't use that, right?
Yeah.
So, Eileen, gosh, you have so much that we could probably talk about even around this topic, but share a little bit because this is kind of the new thing or an additional thing that you're doing there with your business. What is it that made you decide that you wanted to focus on this right now?
Well, it often is, I used to say can be, and now I'm just saying is, so chaotic out there, whether it's in the community, in the things we hear and see in the news, if we pay attention to that, in the office, almost everywhere. It's more important than ever to maintain personal balance. That is part of the work-life integration, is maintaining personal balance so that when you tip over, so to speak, with too much stress, it doesn't go into extreme anger and it doesn't go on the other side into extreme suppression or possibly depression. So that is why I think it's more important than ever now.
Wow, that's really great because I know that there's always this pressure, right, to be all and do all and be Superman and Superwoman. And the reality of things is that we tend to get rid of or discount the things that really are the most important to us. And so I love the fact of when you're talking about balance, but integrating the work-life integration strategy. Because again, stress is one of those things that lots of people have no idea that they're under it. And then next thing you know, there are some negative physical health manifestations that happens.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Talk with us a little bit about that because I know that, again, you work with very high level CEOs and C-level executives, which of course, oftentimes they certainly have lots of stress with shareholders and employees and mission statements and vision statements and all of those things.
Yes, and many of them, and this is where this conversation comes into play, many of them also have families. And even if they don't, they might have had them before and they're separated now from that family. And there's always something. I mean, we have our even if it's not our immediate family, you know, with Father's Day and Mother's Day, we're all very much reminded of those families and our beginnings. And of course, the roots have something to do with how we are, you know, with the genetic makeup. So oftentimes, in addition to the CEOs and high-level execs finding me themselves, often their MDs will say, find someone to help you reduce your blood pressure, manage your stress better, whatever they hear from them, and they find me that way.
Wow, that's really great because, you know, I love what you're doing. It's very proactive. And I think that if people would just, you know, if they would just tap into a resource like, you know, like you and what you're doing, some of those MD visits may certainly be, you know, be avoided. And so I think that, but I want to talk, because I know that, of course, our time is short, but I want to talk about that intersection between where family obligations, the life obligations, and the work and career and business obligations actually intersect.
Yes. Well, sometimes people come home from work, the main breadwinner comes home to the family, and the person who either was at another work situation or at home working with work, or the work of the children and the household, whatever it may be. They sometimes kind of pounce on each other upon re-entering the circle of the home or the family and or the family. And it's really important, before anyone goes home and finds himself possibly in that situation that I described, to take a few minutes, whether it's in the car when they pull into the driveway, or in the lobby of the building, or on the railroad, you know, sitting or standing on the train, or wherever it may be, to kind of regroup and take themselves out of their own office and to be ready to be back wherever they're going. To be a good listener to whomever it is there that needs you to listen. These are skills that not everyone is born with, and some of the high-level execs do it really well with business at meetings, but they have no clue how to bring that into the family, and it's just as important or more important.
Absolutely. You mentioned you had provided something to us. You said when the strategies and research presented are applied, it leads to engaged, optimally productive, focused and creative employees experiencing work satisfaction, personal wellness, and good family/personal life. Tell us about that, because that sounds very utopian-like.
Well, it is possible to take a vacation, or at least 2 days in a row off, especially in the Northeast here where I'm based, or in the Eastern Coast where you are, LeTonya, to take a few days in this summer season and disconnect, you know, with giving everyone lots of warning and having an answering service, or however you want to do it, and just regroup with yourself. That is utmost important. Also, I'm sorry,
No, go ahead.
Also, exercising on a regular basis. I'm talking cardio, which means walking, or the treadmill, or any of the cardio machines. The other kind of equipment at the gym can help fortify your body, but it doesn't reduce stress, okay? It may even make your body more stressed. With the weightlifting is what I'm referring to on that part. So to make sure it's important, and I hate to say make sure, but I'm saying it, to do cardio several times a week as much as possible. make the time. Just make the time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really about creating true priorities that are going to help you reach the full potential. And I think that, again, we, like you said, we're off balance.
Mm-hmm.
Our focus is business, career, while neglecting these other things that create the proper balance that will make us actually sane enough to enjoy a lot of the things that we say that we're working for. Eileen, before we let you go, what's the one thing that you want to encourage our listeners to do?
Take time every morning before you pop out of bed to visualize what's going to happen in that day. And if something really doesn't look or feel right, do what you can to change it.
Wow, wonderful advice. So listeners, I am encouraging you to go to www.balanceandpower.com. Remember, I told you at the top of the show that Eileen is going to do a free 20-minute consult. You have to call her at 516-623-4353, or you can reach her at Eileen@balanceandpower.com. Don't forget, go over to our Facebook fan page. Make sure that you like the page. Give us a review. Rate us. Let us know how much you like the show. Thank you, Eileen, for being a part of Power of Attorney. And audience, until next time, have a great day.